Basketball is a sport. Basketball is a place where niggas can dunk on other niggas, with the rare occurrence of a white guy dunking on somebody. Now what happens when you turn basketball into an anime? Well, boyfriends and girlfriends, today we're gonna be answering that question. Well, since I'm done with the intro, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, assuming you haven't seen this anime already, I'm just gonna give you the basic rundown. Once upon a time, there was a middle school named Teiko. Now, this middle school had the best basketball team in middle school history. 5 players that were so individually great that they earned themselves the name the Generation of Miracles. Now for the 6th man, this is our main character, Kuroko. Now look, let's not lie and say that Kuroko was the most skilled on the team. Kuroko certainly has his strengths and weaknesses. Now while he's playing a one-on-one with our other main character, Kagami, we just so happen to see that his weaknesses happen to be everything. Now, according to Kagami, Kuroko is just what I like to call fucking garbage. Kagami said that he's no better than an amateur at dribbling and shooting, which basically means that if you grabbed a random dude who's never played basketball in his life and put him on a court, he would shoot and dribble about the same as Kuroko. Now, you may be asking yourself, if Kuroko can't dribble or shoot, what the hell is he good at? Well. This man Kuroko is a phenomenal passer, the best passer in the show undoubtedly. Ooh, look at that vocabulary! The first game we're going to be covering is Kagami versus Kise, and in my opinion, Kise is one of the best Generation of Miracles. Now, Kise is one of those characters who never know what defeat is because they've never lost before. Now, every member of the Generation of Miracles is usually good at one specific thing or good at everything. Kise's thing is that if he sees your move one time, it's his now. This nigga basically got a basketball Sharingan. Now, right here, it's a tied game, 98-98, 20 seconds left, and this fucking guy gives open a wide open jump shot. But Kagami says, hey, give me that shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not about to start screaming. It's way too late at night for that. Dude takes the ball, chucks it down the court, and now it's a 2-on-1 situation. Kagami and Kuroko versus Kise. He kicks it over to Kuroko, and Kise knows that Kuroko can't shoot for shit. So now Kise is focusing on Kagami. This was his biggest mistake of the game, because Kuroko fakes a shot, but whole time it's an alley-oop. So obviously Kise jumps to try and block it. But see, this was his other biggest mistake of the game, because of 2 reasons. Reason number 1, that Kagami is 6'3", and reason number 2 is Kagami has a 51-inch vertical. Now this man Kagami dunks all over this nigga, bro. For the game too. Game ended 100-98. Now this is the first loss that Kise has ever suffered, so this nigga just starts crying. And then to rub salt in the wound, this man's homeboy just pulls up and starts talking shit. But this guy just so happens to be the next character we're focusing on, Midorima. Now Midorima is obviously the best shooter in this show, but don't take my word for it. I'ma just show you. First play of the game, tip off, Seirin gets the ball, Kuroko throws Kagami an alley-oop. Now, since he has a 51-inch vertical, you aren't gonna see Kagami get blocked very often in the show. So Kagami is already above the rim, about to dunk the ball, and Midorima just swipes it away. He comes back down, and then he immediately starts talking shit. Now, me personally, let that nigga turn his head for more than 2 seconds. He gonna turn back and his shoes gonna be untied. Now, since we're covering Midorima, we're gonna be adding a 3-point counter to the screen. This is a game of back and forth. One team gets a basket, the other team goes down and gets a basket, and Kagami is doing everything he can to keep his team alive. It's about 15 seconds left, and Midorima picks the ball up at the back of the court. This man loads up his shot like he's about to shoot the ball. Now, shooting full court shots isn't uncommon, but when players do it, it's more of a throw or a heave. This man Midorima takes a full perfectly formed shot from 94 feet and sinks that bitch. Now honestly, I'm not even sure if this is legal. I'm gonna go read the rulebook over for the 4th time to make sure I'm not tripping. And once again, he finds himself wide open. I don't know how he's doing this. How are y'all leaving him open? See, right here it's an 8-point game. It's definitely easy to come back from 8 points. I mean, it will probably be much easier if my opponent wasn't shooting full court fadeaways and making them. This shit is genuinely just getting absurd. Who even designed this character? When Midorima catches the ball at the top of the key, once more he's wide open, but Kagami comes out of nowhere and he spooks him because Kagami was actually very close to getting a block. That was a contested shot. Next time they find themselves in this exact same situation, Kagami gets even closer, even getting a little finger on the ball. Now normally getting a tip would make the shot go short, air ball, or make it go long, or just make it brick in general, but the ball rolls in because he's Midorima. Now just for this one play, Kagami had to be an itty bitty rat running up behind him after he waits for him to take the shot, gets a really good contest on it. His finger just grazes the ball and makes a miss. Finally, this calls for a celebration or some shit. This is like the 8th time they found themselves in a one-on-one situation. But at this point, Kagami already know what's going on. This man Midorima thinks the shot is open and it's gonna go in, but Kagami not going for all that. This man Kagami reaches for the stars, palms the ball, and throws it right back in his face. And this man Kagami continues to terrorize this entire team on defense. Blocked shots left and right. They even got this man hitting jump shots. I genuinely don't remember seeing Kagami hit another jump shot in the show ever again. This man Kagami was done playing with these niggas. He was fed up. And then the icing on the cake is this man Kagami gets Midorima under the rim. And then he punches that bitch on his head. It's a 2-point game with 20 seconds. The senior runs to about 37 feet out, catches the ball, and shoots that bitch with full confidence like he's in a Gatorade commercial.
Ball game.
Splash. Up by 1 point with 4 seconds left, the crowd just start going crazy. That bitch jumping. Despite his shot getting spiked multiple times like a volleyball, he is still 110% fully confident in his shot. This nigga Kagami legs don't work because he's been jumping 5 feet in the air every single play. But eventually Kagami does get his legs to work, but he gets pump faked, which basically means that this is a guaranteed 3 from Midorima. This nigga Kurokos snuck up from behind and swiped the ball away. Sorry, I got distracted there. Now, they're all happy that they won the game, obviously, but this man Midorima was genuinely going through it, bro. And I completely understand. Imagine being able to make full court shots with no effort and still losing. You can't possibly be the problem. It has to be the team. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to our next player. This guy is undoubtedly the most mentally deranged and naturally gifted player in this video. This is the last guy you would ever want to play in a game of basketball. Daiki Aomine. Now, Daiki Aomine is a special case because he was considered the best among the best. He was considered the best of the generation of miracles, which means that he is not some nigga to be taken lightly. Now, what should have been warning signs that he is not someone to be fucked with is that his team is already good on their own. His team is already beating Seirin and he isn't even there. Dude isn't even at his own game. The fact that he showed up late intentionally to his own game at the end of the second quarter speaks a lot of volume. This level of arrogance and confidence can only come from someone that is mentally unstable. There's only about 60 seconds left in the quarter. Aomine checks in and immediately starts cutting up. He blows right by Kagami, sees a help defender, and proceeds to spin right around him and goes up for the dunk, but Kagami catches up and spanks that hoe. Seirin has possession of the ball, Kuroko gets the ball to Kagami, and Kagami immediately jumps up for the dunk. But this quick ass 6'4" lanky ass nigga is not finna let that happen. Spikes his shit with ease. Yeah, so remember when I told y'all that this dude was insane? Yeah, look at him. He has a smile on his face. This man is having the time of his life. Second quarter ends, third quarter start. This man immediately gets the ball and starts dancing around Kagami like he's doing a rehearsal. He goes for the mid-range pull-up. Kagami jumps behind him, but he doesn't get the block. He makes the shot, obviously, but now this court is basically just a playground for this man Aomine to do as he wishes. This man Kagami cannot get a single bucket if Aomine is even remotely close to him. And then Aomine just starts over-dribbling his ass off, doing a bunch of random spam dribbles in his bag. Nigga think he Julian Newman with all this dribbling. And then don't even get me started on his shot selection. This man has the worst shot selection I have ever seen in my life. He intentionally jumps into 3 people, shoots the ball over the backboard, and makes it. Alright, maybe I'm tripping because this nigga must think that he's Kobe Bryant or something. This man is throwing up all types of bullshit and it's just going in. Look at this fadeaway he shots. Look at the position he is in. His back is completely parallel to the ground. Now, personally, my final straw with this dude is when Kagami was right on his back, hawking his shit down, and he just throws it up behind his head, and it goes in. If something like this would happen to me, I would get off the court immediately. You would never see me touch a basketball ever again. This man is punching on Kagami. Kagami has a 50-inch vert. How is he doing this? This has genuinely got to feel like fighting Heimdall. There is not a single thing that any person on that team could have done to stop this ass beating, because Serene proceeds to lose by over 50 points. This seems like a good spot to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This one actually wasn't as bad to record as my Tokyo Ghoul video. YouTube took it down. Hey. But regardless, be kind to each other. Have a fantastic day. Mwah.
Lips up, toes down. When she jogged me, cause she knocked me, and we got treats, so here we go round. Gotta know I ate it.